kicking off with the best Christmas pageant ever. And I will say this, Alan, there has been a flood of Christmas movies. I have never, in my years of doing this, seen so many original new Christmas movies coming out for this holiday season, whether it's on streaming or VOD or indie movies or studio movies. We're going to talk about Red One. So there's a lot. I don't think that anything that we've seen so far will end up being a classic. But tell me about the best Christmas pageant ever.
Okay, so this is in theaters now, and I will admit I was excited about this one, primarily because it was written and directed by Dallas Jenkins, who brought us the Chosen series, which I think is very good. The Resurrection of Gavin Stone, which is another faith film. His abilities, what makes his movies unique is the fact that he gets stars to actually be in these faith films. And so this is the best Christmas pageant ever, based on the book of the same title. It takes us back in time. It's the protagonist is Beth Bradley, played by Molly Wright. She's a young girl who goes to church, goes to school, has a fairly good life. But unfortunately, the town is being overrun by the Herdman family. Herdman family are a bunch of kids who wreak havoc. They burn things down. They steal. They're just the rotten kids in town. So, having known that, Judy Greer plays Grace, the mother. She's at church, and it's the 75th anniversary of the church's Christmas pageant. In fact, it's a big deal. It's getting news. It's a newsworthy story. And so this needs to be the best Christmas pageant ever. The original director broke both her legs, and so Grace is taking over. During the casting process, the Herdmans decide that they want to go to church because of all the free food. And in the meantime, they volunteer themselves to be in the Christmas pageant. The lead, let me see, Imogene, she wants to be Mary. Her brother Ralph wants to be Joseph. And they basically take over the pageant, much to the dismay of the church moms, who don't like these kids and are frustrated and angry with Grace for allowing them to not only be in the pageant, but take over the pageant. And so there's a lot of church politics and animosity going on. I will say this. I know people love it when I say that. Not my favorite Dallas Jenkins movie. This is a fairly standard faith-based movie. A lot of the strengths of these films come with the quality of the kid actors, and I would say, with the exception of the lead role, the kid actors are I've definitely seen better. I've also grown up watching faith films, and this kind of, not a big fan of faith films, and this kind of falls into that in terms of the story is fairly predictable. It's the story I've told you. If you've ever seen faith films or if you've ever gone to church, the rotten kids, how it ends for them, and certainly follows that trope. This is for the family. This is definitely a family film. As much as I wasn't a fan of this film, I'm pretty sure it will do well with the Christian family set. It will find life beyond that. And again, the attraction of Dallas Jenkins is the people he's able to recruit to be in his movies. In this case, Judy Greer, Pete Holmes, and Lauren Graham, who narrates as the older Beth. So it's good, but I've definitely seen better, and I've definitely seen better from Dallas Jenkins. So for me, it's not a recommend, but I know the audience this is for, and they could care less what my opinion about it is.
So it's not a recommend. So it's what, a 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10?
5 out of 10. I mean, I think for me, it was the expectations I had going in because of the writer and director. He does quality work, and this just seems to be a step back in terms of, I'm just going to make a normal faith-based Christmas movie film, and that's what he did.
So how many pieces of coal do you give this movie?
5 pieces of coal.